into it. So I will count us down from three. So 3, 2, 1, go. And we're going to start with a lovely 35 to 40-second unskippable cutscene.
I mean, in fairness, why would you want to skip this?
Of course. I'm just going to let the cutscene play out because it is glorious. Oh, watch out for the cow.
I like how the car at one point just clips straight into the floor and just goes through halfway.
Oh, yes. Also, I am going to say I'm playing this on low graphics and capped at 60 frames per second. The low graphics is because this game, if you run it on high graphics presets, it can suffer quite a bit. So we are just going to...
And also, the reason also why Street, I'm just going to bump it to 60, and you can run this game at like an uncapped frame rate. However, as most games that are made in quality, this game suffers badly with a trick we do within this run that can make it more unstable because of the higher frame rate. So if we keep it at 60, it just makes more sense. There is a strat we could have done at the start here called Torch Launch, which is basically really, really inconsistent and it's just random as hell. So you're across. But
yeah, and if you have noticed, we're already out of bounds. Good game. And this is how we finished the first level. We literally climb up out of bounds. Totally dev intended. Big shout out to Monty, by the way. He's a great guy. He made this game by himself. And, you know, you can't really knock him for being a solo dev. He worked with what he had. And we love the game anyway. So it's just great. But yes, we are playing as someone called Michael Wayne. No relation to Bruce. And he is on his way to try and find the treasure of Mansa Musa.
Yeah, he has got the typical backstory. His wife needs surgery, which costs 150,000, and he needs money. So his first port of call was to ask his mate, who said, "Can you go get some treasure for me, please?"
oh, it wasn't that. He went to the banks. The banks rejected it, but then he goes, "Fuck it, crime."
That's true.
Also, Street's gonna crash out the game here because it's faster to crash out. Otherwise, you have a 4-5 minute unskippable cutscene.
Yep, so...
Shout out to Chloe, who figured out that the game saves afterwards and just skips every cutscene by doing that. There's a few that we skip because they're over like a few seconds. So depending on the load time of your PC, it might be worth to quit out, sometimes to start. But there you go.
Yeah, and unfortunately we do skip the cutscene, which has Garlip's favourite quote in it. Hello, Bob.
Hello, bub. Yeah, but you've got plenty of time in your own time to not only buy this great game, but watch all the cutscenes. It really is cinema.
Also, we are now driving in the only instance in this game where we drive.
Yep. Fun fact about the car, if you crash into anything, you lose all speed. Also, it has one gear.
Yep.
It doesn't have anything else.
And you can indicate,
this is all gear.
which is useless.
Yep. You need to let the people know that you're turning left. Also, if you crash into a tree here with the car, it can just flip it.
Yeah.
So.
Also, I'm saving and loading just because it exits the car a little bit quicker. Because the animation does take about 5 seconds just to get out of the car. And we are now going to go out of bounds once again. Shock. I know.
There is a skip there, by the way, that I've never managed to reproduce, called Canyon Arrow Skip, where you drive the car all the way up the side of the mountain. Shout out to Strife for that one.
Yeah, you gotta just drive it around the corner of the thing here. So obviously when we're climbing this game and stuff, it's very much anywhere's a ledge. Most times you can climb up it. Most time it works well, other times it doesn't. But right now Street is gonna be running all the way to the end of this next area. And he's doing the pistol here because otherwise he'll stumble with Michael, and that kind of just makes you do a little stumble animation, which is not really good because you just stagger yourself. And by here, Street's just going to roll off the edge and ragdoll, because ragdolling just makes it take 0 full damage.
Yep.
It's very cool.
It saves us a lot during this run, believe it or not. And again, lovely out of bounds. Our goal is that castle on the right there. But we'll be there soon, don't you worry.
Yeah, so right now, Street's out of bounds. And this game has massive invisible walls all around the intended play area. So we can't just run to the castle and just go, right, that's cool. There's just a massive invisible wall. So Street's running to this corner here, and he's going to do is jump and crouch, which causes a roll animation, and we'll get him above the ledge. sometimes you can do like first try where you go straight up, or you do what Street's doing now, which is just rolling up the hill and you just climb up.
Yeah, you
And
can.
here's where we fall back into where we're supposed to be.
Yeah, you can do the roll climb without a gun equipped, but I like having a gun equipped just because it kind of makes it a little bit easier to control where you roll when you're going up.
There's also a chance as well when you're doing that you can go up higher with the gun, like instead of just rolling. So, and plus it takes no time to pull out the pistol and just do the roll with the pistol. So it's almost down to preference.
Right, here we are. We're at the castle. We are Strive, Handsome Strive, a great member of the community who has recently come in the past few months. He's found a strat where we can do a glitch to skip this climb, but it's not as consistent as what I'm going to do now, which is just run up, and I'm going to do a little bit of climbing, a little bit of sequence breaking after we get up these stairs, and also to avoid stumbling. There we go.
So the glitch we'll explain later. There's a later level that uses the glitch, but it overall this saves the glitch though itself. It can kill the run, and it's like right inside the run. So what Street's gonna do is clamp this wall here, and it's easier for him to try and concentrate because Michael can and sometimes jump off the side of that and just fall to his death. So the other glitch, which we'll show later and I'll explain it then, but it saves like probably like a second, and it's like it'll miss.
Also, I've got good luck here, no guards, because if the guards see you, they shoot at you, and your health is kind of bad.
Alright, Street, now you know the puzzle?
Like,
do you see all the statues and stuff, you know? You got to solve the statues.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna hit random buttons, random directions, you know, hopefully solve it.
Okay.
So, remember MM bomb. That's
no, it's
the puzzle.
MM spoon.
Also, I'm going to let this cutscene play out just because, even though it's one of the longer ones that we do Alt F4 out, I've got a bit of a higher estimate than usual. And I love
it showcases like the great quality of this game's cutscenes. Again, this is made by a solo developer, so you can't just... It's not like a game that just came out like the Concourse game where it has like 600 active players and Gollum has had higher players than that game. And, yeah... So for a solo project, it's really good. Like Monty did a really good job with the game. Granted, it's buggy as as anything, but it's a good game.
And we were all looking forward to Bad Way too.
Oh yes, whenever that comes out, I'll be straight on it.
He's currently, he's working on his other games, but yeah, you can see his leg clip for the guy here. So, Street's gonna go for a clip here, and originally the plan was to just you run around, shoot the guy, and then you climb some boxes. Now, Street is going to do is go behind him, jump, roll, climb up this ledge, and now we're on top of the roof at the start of the game. He's going to climb to another ledge. You go more to the right a bit, you'll be fine.
There we go. Yeah,
there you go.
That's a little bit finicky sometimes.
Yeah, it's a bit finicky, but what we've done is we've entirely skipped the third level by just going behind us. There was another strategy as well that used the box right in front of us. By Street found it, by running into it a particular way, you can launch yourself up into the air and just go on top of the roof.
It's not very consistent, though.
It's not consistent, but it's a swag strat. It's cool.
Oh, definitely.
But yeah, that's the third level. You just go behind you, climb out of bounds, and go for it.
Right, now here is the riskiest level, I would say, in the run. Brazil. Or the Amazon, if you will.
So, yep. Anyway, here's what I mean by, like, using the gun to aim on sight. This glitch is really only doable with the AR, so you have to hold it out to roll up the hill. But also, just differences in rolling up the hill. So if you look down, you might get a bit more height. It's all down to personal preference, down to the person involved. Definitely. So for me, I like looking down. Street likes looking up. I don't know about gallops.
I like to look up as well, yeah.
Damn.
I just feel like it helps you move up, even though there's probably just placebo effect.
Yeah, Street's going to try up the hill here. I'm going to commentate to help him concentrate, because you can actually fall off the ledge here and die, which is not very good, but this is on top of this visible wall on this mountain, and this just skips the entirety of the level. As you can tell, there's a common theme with this game, and I will promise you there is a level that we do not go out of bounds on soon, so if you like being in bounds in video games, there is that one. Also, Street's going to do is a save load, just because it skips the death animation, and you're still alive. And now you're just rolling around the side of the mountain, as you do casually, just pull out your AR and just roll around the side of the mountain, and you go past it.
To your left, you can see the level that we're supposed to be playing.
And to the right, you see the Endless Void.
Yes, and I am going to save here because this trick can be a little bit finicky.
Yep. So this glitch coming up is the glitch that kind of broke a lot more of the bad way levels, and it's called the helicopter. As you can see, Street is going to go up to the air, and Michael's going to spin like a helicopter. By spinning like a helicopter, it allows him to kind of go really high up. Now, with high FPS, you go a lot higher, which makes it hard to control, and you have less time to judge where you are. For some levels, it works really well. Other levels, it doesn't. So it's one of the things where the reason we play on 60 is for that glitch, because it makes a lot of the setups consistent. But it skips a large part of the levels, and it helps a lot.
Yeah.
And you got these guys just shooting at Street, and
We're going to save load to de-aggro them.
Yep.
Yep.
But going back to the helicopter skip, you might have seen that there was some kind of like torsion pulling Michael in a certain direction, and Street back adjusted for that by forward rolling. So sometimes the dice roll can be you get launched up and you go in a completely wrong direction. So it can be risky.
Also, I am going to apologize, but the gunfire is very loud, as you just heard, but that's just how the game is done, and you can't really help that. It's just how Monty made it. And now...
If it helps at all, we won't be firing our gun at all.
Yes.
Yeah, we're a pacifist in this entire game.
I mean, we hold the gun, but we just don't shoot it. It's fine. Also, to avoid stumbling. There we go.
Yep. Michael loves to stumble. It could be the smallest ledge, and he'll just go, nope, stumble.
We're chasing this
Yeah.
guy now because he holds a map that we want to find some more treasure. Would you believe it? And now
Okay.
let's see.
Are we going for log swag?
I am going for log swag.
So
Who is he?
basically,
Oh, tremendous.
I've done it. So basically, the whole story of this game is Michael's going to different areas around the world to find the treasure of Mansa Musa, and he's looking at all different maps. And the cutscenes for this game are like the diagrams of the maps and such. So just there. Also, this level ends with Street running towards the barrier. Fun fact: the guy there is just running in a single spot for like time period.
Yeah, and you can't wait too much around on that level, otherwise you will just fail. Also, there we go. We are now going to
Hey, first time.
we are now going to skip this entire level by just waiting on this rock.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because oops, sorry.
I was just going to say, so this game is basically Uncharted at home, and Uncharted 2 has got a train level. So this one's got a train level, and it works in a very similar way, which I'm sure Sweet's about to explain.
Yeah, so how this level works. The train is on a sequence to go around in a complete circle. Now, we could go through the whole train, kill the guys, risk dying, and all that stuff, or we jump on this rock and just wait for the train to come back to us, which is what we do.
Yes.
And if people are going, oh, why don't you just save and reload the game and have it back to where it originally was? The game will kill you if you save load on this rock. So if you fail the skip coming up now, you will have to redo it, which kills a lot of time. And Street has got a...
He also jumped straight into the cutscene trigger, which is tremendous.
It's harder than it looks. It's hard to time from that rock sometimes. And also, Monty, the developer, actually came into our streams sometime, and he did mention that the way that level works is the map itself is actually rotating. So when you see the camera rotating by itself, that's what's happening. That's why the graphics looked a bit funky. But it's glorious.
So here's level, nice day, and this is one of the other levels we don't go out of bounds in. I know, shocking, but there is a chance that it could happen. There are these explosive barrels, and if Street ragdolls, and because ragdolling you don't really take damage, if a guy shoots the barrel and you eat it into the water at such a fast speed, you will just sadly, tragically die.
Wow, they took a long while to wake up there.
They did indeed.
Yeah, the guards are on a cycle here. If you play it right and have the right angle, you can probably skip a large part of them.
Ah. So what we're doing here is we're save loading just to de-aggro the guards and make progress up this jetty, because once we get to the boat at the end, that's the end of the level.
Yep. And also, getting shot hurts. Ask any person, if you get shot, stabbed, or anything, it just hurts.
Oh yeah, and that's why I brought out my gun, because you can't actually see Michael's health unless you're holding a gun. It's stupid, but hey.
Yep.
That's how it works. And,
Anyway, this is Pirate Island.
and this is where I'm going to do a new strat that Handsome Strive, once again, shout out to Handsome Strive. He found a strat where we can actually go under the ocean around the level and actually avoid killing any of the enemies here. Also, I'm going to take a new way. There we go.
This is genius. We climbed up a completely different rock behind him. That saves like 2 seconds. Easy.
Yep. So, if you want to know how the helicopter was found, like for the strategies for this game, the context behind it, if Ben was really given interest, it was for this level. I think it was a global street, and we're just messing about with areas where we could try it. Tried it there, and it just worked. We just found out, oh, you can just drop down here, and not really realizing that we would have thought that the level underneath was be hollow, so you just fall to the void because it's just a void in this game. But obviously, Handsome found out the strategy to roll under the water.
Yeah, he calls it Faith Skip, but really it's called Under the Sea. Everyone knows it's called Under the Sea because you're about to see.
Yep. So you just fall, and you would hit a death barrier here, but because we ragdoll, you're under the sea.
And once again,
You
roll off
also
the
have to
ledge.
ragdoll off that little ledge, yeah. Otherwise, it'll kill you.
If you're lucky,
Yep.
you can kind of slide off and kind of get enough momentum to slide off that ledge, but it doesn't really matter. Anyway, now we're going to helicopter once again while under the sea.
Yep.
And
We're actually going to save mid-ascension, hopefully.
that's a bit too high, but
But you'll be able to save load.
yep. I'm also going to try and
Also,
there we go.
There we go.
Yeah. Also, while
you
you
can. Oops, sorry, straight.
that's all right. I was just going to say, if you're in a dying animation, do not press escape because you will literally hard lock the game. It's stupid.
I was gonna say you can as well. There, you don't need to save it. You can grab onto the roof of the temple. Also, another thing as well with 60 FPS, if you go over 60, these doors don't open. They just open halfway, and you can't get through them.
I did not know that actually. That's very stupid. Anyway, we're gonna
Another thing...
kind of sequence
Oh.
break here to get to each of the statues, because you're supposed to do quite a few puzzles to get to them, but we're just gonna not.
No, we do the intended way. What do you mean?
Oh, of course.
Oh, yeah,
One
because you
thing-
have the one upstairs, and you do the other thing, and do the other thing.
Anyway, I'm going to aim down my gun while going up these stairs because it saves bombing into a lot of the walls. And a little bit of an early jump here just for a bit of safety. Delightful.
We can't actually save load in this room, so that's why we're not doing any special kind of helicopter stuff. But it is possible. You just can't save load to get out of the heli skip.
Yeah, and once you've pushed one statue, if you do save load in this room, then all
It
your
resets all the statues.
all your progress is reset, and it's not fun.
Yeah. Because the statues themselves, they all reset back to like the default position. But the one thing with this entire level as well is the reason why we don't do helicopter strat is because if you mess it up and you grab a statue, or even if you just grab a statue incorrectly while pushing them, they will fling about and cause themselves to basically have causing you to reload the level, which means you've got to go back to the first one and then do all the other the angels and stuff, and it's not fun.
Oh, it's not. Definitely not. Also, fun thing, if you do helicopter in here and you grab onto a statue, you can actually bring it with you, and you run the risk of breaking it, which kind of sucks.
That's
but...
what I was referring to by flinging it about.
Yeah. Also, final quit reload of the game here after I do this next statue. Because for a second I forgot there was one more statue.
I'm about to say, like,
this
you
is
just
the part where we actually do a rope swing. Now, you would have done many of these casually at this point, but it's our first one.
yeah. Also, the rope can be like very buggy, and sometimes it just doesn't want to work. And it's happened to me numerous times where you just grab onto it and then just fall to the ground, and you just die to full damage because it just didn't work.
There we go, avoid stumbling. And final statue. Delightful. And now Alt F4 and reload the game.
Yeah, this is the final level coming up. It's called Lost Treasure, and essentially it's a victory lap for Street Back now.
Yeah,
That's straight. I think you should show people the wonderful little mirage in this level.
Oh yes, good point. So there is a lovely little well, there's a couple of Easter eggs actually in this level that Monty himself put in. So just to start off the speedrun route, we're gonna go straight towards the city, but then oh look, there's an oasis. Let's just go check it out quickly, because I'm aware I'm severely underestimated at the moment. So
That's kind of why I suggested it.
yeah, apologies, Matt.
Because the game's actually cooperating.
So yeah, we're gonna just come around here and
Fuck, that's an alien.
It's an Alan.
Too spooky for me.
I saw an alien. A dead alien, of course.
Thanks, Michael, for your words.
I wonder where the alien came from, though.
I have no idea.
I mean, apart from space.
Well, he wasn't from Stoke, so we can follow that down.
How
He
interesting.
might be from Reading.
From Reading, sure.
I would say from Kent, but it's like...
Yeah, you're insulting two of us here, so watch yourself.
Exactly.
But yeah,
You know what, let's just say from Stoke-on-Trent. There you go.
there we go. Right, so now we are just going to quickly run over here.
I hope there are
And
no
this
more
part,
clues.
if you mess it up, you do have a few minutes to run back to, which kind of sucks, so I'm hoping that I don't mess it up. And,
I'm finally.
yeah, it should be fine. But,
Yeah, you see that big tomb in front of us, folks, which we're clearly supposed to engage in as player one. We're just gonna run right past
I've
it.
always liked old structures.
Yeah, so the final level had, like, you go through a bunch of guards, you have to go through a maze, and as you can tell, we don't do any of that.
yeah,
So, if you think... So, here's a question for Twitch chat. How do you think Street's going to get into the pyramid? Is he going to A, helicopter, B, clip through a wall, or C, just walk over a ledge?
but those ledges look too high, sweet. However, will we do it?
I don't know.
We'll work it out when we get there. It'll
Exactly.
be fine.
That's the magic of Michael Wayne. Alright, big
No,
sand
I think he
dunes.
might be related to Bruce Wayne here.
Oh, but there's no relation, sweet. I told you before.
Are you sure? He has a grappling hook. He has a gun.
This is true.
He probably has a butler. He has a dying wife.
Oh, I stopped moving. Gee, I wonder why.
Has a wall.
Oh yeah, there's an invisible wall here that we are going to run across to get over there. So hopefully I don't mess it up because the lineup of this is quite precise. And oh shit!
Oops.
Now the sad part is I died and I start all the way back at the beginning of the level.
Yeah.
Yeah,
should
I
put this
always safety save on that ledge.
Yeah.
away.
I'm
Also,
scared of this
Street
happening.
Oasis
would have
always
missed
looked romantic.
as well because there's an invisible wall you climb on the top of, right? So you're on the top of the invisible wall, but there's another wall that comes around the side of it. So if you're too close to the wall, you're kind of just stuck there, so you can't really move.
And that failure totally wasn't calculated to make up for the being underestimate. Definitely not.
No, of course not. No, it was a genuine and honest mistake. Yeah.
Just like me with South Fox No Day at ESA.
Ah, yes. If you watched ESA Summer recently, you would have seen me, Swede, and our good buddy Tex run a South Park game. And boy, was it fun.
I soft locked twice.
He did.
I hope there
But
are
that made it
no
more fun, so
clues.
no hard feelings there.
You're still underestimate. That was the crazy thing.
By about like 15 seconds, I think.
13 seconds or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shout outs to PBB8 in the chat, our newest runner of Bad Way.
Yes, he has picked up this game because of the Speed Remiser marathon, which me and Gards are also taking part in, where you pick your own speed run from a lottery, and you have to learn that game in 90 days. And currently, PBB8, his PB is actually really good, and I have high hopes for his progression in this game. So shout out to you, PB8. You are great at this, and I look forward to seeing you do more runs. And if anyone's curious, I picked Gregory Horror Show, which is being taught to me by the lovely Garlips. And Garlips, what did you end up drawing again?
I drew Breath of Fire.
Ooh.
Yeah, DJ%, because apparently in Breath of Fire you can put in Capcom names as the file name, and it skips you to the end with a bunch of stuff already done. So that's what my run looks like.
Ah,
But yes, I'll be running Gregory Horror Show tomorrow, and Streetback will be on comms, so that'll be his first real exposure of the speedrun. So
yeah.
looking
So
forward to that.
I've only played through it casually so far. Not actually attempted to run yet, but I am going to make some notes soon about it. So look forward to that.
Fantastic.
All right, now I'm going to save.
Here
Now that
we
totally,
go.
now that totally not planned failure is done with. Okay, this should be good. And now,
There it is. Should be good.
okay, I didn't clip through the floor. Great.
Yep, there's a charge you can put for the floor and soft lock
Yeah.
this.
Okay.
Okay, so time is coming up.
Yeah. As soon as I step on this second step, and oh, time.
The treasure
Woo!
of Man's
There it is. Oh, and by the way, we've skipped a whole lot of fighting in this game of Carlos's men. Every time we've been somewhere, he's gone Carlos's men. But we're pretty sure that's Carlos. Maybe? Question mark.
That's Carlos. Look at him.
That-
He's got a red tie. He looks evil.
That's budget
Yeah.
Agent 47. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's Carlos. Listen, I know a Carlos when I see one. He looks evil. It's a Carlos.
But yes, to be continued in Bad Way 2. Whenever Monty makes it.
GG Streetback.
Thank you very much. And thank you to Matt
That's
for
a 25-40 in real time.
It is actually, and that's not bad at all.
That's not bad at all.
And considering I PB'd yesterday with an 1802 loadless time, I'm happy with that. And yeah, big shout out to the Bad Way speedrun community. We're very small, but we're very welcoming, and we would love to have more runners of this game. I did make a video guide with some slightly outdated strats, but it's still good for the majority of learning. And if you'd like to view it, it's in our resources tab on SRC, and it's also in our
It's
Discord.
a really good place to start.
Yes, and me, Swede, and Garlips are also active in the community. So if you have any questions, feel free to let us know. And yeah, I think, Matt, if there's anything you would like to close us out on, now's your chance.
Absolutely. Next up, we've got SMM MIDI with We Play in the Platinum Medals category, so do stick around for that. It'll be happening in around half an hour's time. Thank you so much to the to the Bad Way crew is what I was gonna say. So yeah, let's stick with that. Thank you so much to the Bad Way crew for that awesome Bad Way run.